Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Please smash that like button, subscribe and share if you're new, on the road to 300. Thank you for those people that have subscribed and listened. Guys, we've got a show tonight. It's gonna be a bullet train show tonight because there's a game on tonight. The biggest game of our season. That's Arsenal v Man City. And that's going to be kicking off at 7:30 p.m. on Amazon Prime. So if anybody's on Amazon Prime, it's going to be kicking off at 7:30 p.m. So tonight, we've got lots to talk about. I'm not going to go through every entire Premier League fixture from the weekend and last week. We'll be just concentrating and focusing on our games. And also we'll be focusing on big up to... root calls, man. What are you saying, brother? We're just going to be focusing on our games that was played at the weekend. We're going to be looking at today, obviously Premier Review and your player ratings, Ref Watch. VAR had a nightmare. VAR's not the problem, but it's the people that's controlling it are the problem. Lee Mason needs to get some. When you've gone to school, and in your primary school, and you do something wrong, and the teacher says you need to go and do 100 lines, Well, why did Mason not do his lines? Why didn't you do your lines? And listen, guys, I'm not blaming the result on the fact that we didn't get nothing out of that game, because to be honest, Brentford deserved something from that game. They were the much better side. And it is what it is. Let me just introduce Chile as well. Let's bring him in a second. So I've got Mr. Junior Martin coming in. Yes, big up to you, Junior. What you saying, bro? But listen, without further ado, let me get the guys on. Just quickly before I do get the guys on, as you can see, I'm all over the place, but we're going to do this. Will Wednesday's game, that's tonight's game, will this be the changing of the guards? And Liverpool had a decent game. Liverpool had a decent game on Monday, beating Everton. Why couldn't Everton not give us that performance? I mean, listen, they were absolutely terrible. Liverpool coming out 3-0, 2-0 winners of that game. Can the Pool make top four after a big derby win? And what's going on prediction league will we get on game 22? So let's go for this. We should have won, really, but it's what it is. It looks like the team news is out. Arsenal 11 is out. Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, Jorginho, Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. So basically, he's put Jorginho in replacement of the big miss, and that is Partey is out. Absolute out. We're done out here, bros. But listen, we got that 12th man. We need to do something. We need to do something big. But listen, welcome to Scott, all the way over in New Zealand. Big up to Craig, who's just obviously given us the lineup as well. Big up to you. But let me introduce the gang. And first of all, let me introduce to Big D, Chile, and our other special guest, another Man United supporter coming to support Big D, and that's Mr. Jason P.
Jason P.
Kofi can't make it tonight as he's
on the road.
It would have been a great show if he did come on, because obviously his team done well beating Everton. And Ezra is still working, so he might come on. But listen, this show, bro, we need to go through this show quick, because the kickoff is 7:30 tonight. I'm scared.
Is the kickoff at 7:30? The kickoff's at
Amazon. I think it's kickoff.
Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime.
Ian said he's going to come on today.
Okay, then. Well, let's see if he's coming all the way from San Francisco. That'd be absolutely brilliant, because I know he's going to be on Amazon Prime as well. So if anybody don't know where the game's going to be played tonight, it will be on Amazon Prime. Jorginho, Xhaka pivot. All we can do is pray. Judah, say big up to him. Big up to the panel from Craig. Yes, Amory Lewis.
Yes, Junior, Craig.
And Root.
Yes,
Chili, Big D. Respect to everybody. Big respect. Let me just quickly go around the table. Big D, keep it short and spicy. Yeah, no long prayers and all that. Take it out.
No, I'm good.
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Doing all right, mate. Doing all right. Juggling as always, but doing all right. Looking forward to this game tonight, actually, because I think this one's going to be peak for you, man.
Bro, it's going to be a bit peak, brother, because Partey is out with a muscular injury. They said it might be not a long-term thing, but bro, that's what they said last time, and the man was out for about. Listen, don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Bro,
this is football.
Don't give me that.
This is football.
Just behave yourself, man.
I told him that earlier. It's football, man.
Just behave yourself, people.
That's man got 3 games without Casemiro, mate. Chat about it.
Right, none of you are talking to me about players missing. I know that. Just one little half-dead player missing. He's not even that good.
Thank you, Chile.
Woo, baby.
When you play one game a week since the World Cup, right? You shouldn't worry about injuries. Your players should be ready to go.
But we know, but you know, Partey is he's known for that. You know what I mean? You know, and listen, it is what it is. We got to work with what we got to work with. Absolutely, we got to work. Both Manchester clubs are in the title race. Would you agree with that? We'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, let me say, Chile, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Keep it moving, yeah?
Right, keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. Keep it moving, yeah? Let's keep it moving. Just like Leicester, just like AC Milan. Let's just keep it moving. Right.
Who did you play in the Champions League?
We're not talking about the Champions League right now.
I thought you said AC Milan. I just wanted to know who you were playing in the Champions League.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to Big Jason, Mr. Jason P. Brother, how are we doing as well? Can you hear me, Jason? Hello? Why have I frozen? I'm frozen. Someone's frozen.
Are you frozen on?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Frozen for
me. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, no, it just froze for a moment. Jason, can you hear me? Jason, can you hear me, Jason? Jason.
He's not frozen, but he's not answering.
Yeah.
His headset must be not playing up.
Yeah, something's playing up. Whilst he's sorting himself out, let's just quickly go through the chat. Going to a friend's house to watch the big screen. Yeah. Let's hope we do something, Junior. Ivan Toney not seeing a striker call Saliba. Listen, those 10 duels, Saliba didn't win none of them. Didn't win none of the headed duels. You know what I mean? That's a player that we need to get in our side, mate. I know he's got that gambling thing over his head, but listen, I'll take him all day long.
From last summer, Norman, I'm telling you, man, about Ivan Toney.
Well, listen,
from last summer,
he was the first man that was saying that they should have
bought Ivan Toney. Get me Ivan. And you bought back Ronaldo. Chat.
Yeah. Right. I think Jason's going to come back in. Yeah, he's going to come back in.
I think he switched over headphones, so maybe they're going to.
Yeah. Again, Aaron Lee coming in again and saying, I don't know why Jason Pitstall hosting the whole, but I haven't seen such an unfair treatment since Rashford got dropped from the England side, starting lineup in the world. Can't laugh out loud. Big up to you, Aaron, man. How you doing, bro? All things are well, bro. Everything's well. But yeah, listen, let's whilst we're waiting for Jason to come back in, let's talk about the game. So last week, you guys played on the Wednesday against Leeds. This is like your I don't know if you call it a game in hand, but it was a game where you missed.
It was a game week.
Game week 12, I think it was something like that. 12. Something like that.
This is game week 12 for you as well, you know, the Man City.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So the slot in the mid.
Yeah, so listen, D, just quickly talk us through that game. As I said, I'm not going to be going through all the Premier League games. We'll just be going through our games that are played tonight because of time is of essence, as you well know. So 2-2, Jason, who wants to take it away? You know, looking at the game, playing at home, you would have expected Man United to walk that game, being 2-0 down. You know, the goal by the Italian brother, I can't remember his name, and our own goal. What are your thoughts on the game?
To be honest, you could see how leggy we were in that game, but I still never expected to go 2-0 down. You know what I mean? It was like, what are we doing? But to be fair to the guys, or to be fair to Ten Hag, he switched it up and probably cussed man out hard at half time. And I actually was happy to take a point from that game in the end because I never saw us even getting a point at that point. And I think you're going to get these games. You know, in a rebuild, you're going to have to expect this roller coaster football sometimes. Yeah. And that's why I was saying to someone the other day, we're playing every 3 days. So I can't say I'm in a title race playing every 3 days because we don't have the squad for it. But the character that we showed, we wouldn't have showed that character last season. So for me, to walk away with a 2-2, I was like, we didn't lose. That's all I said to myself. We didn't lose. should have won it, but and we could have won it. To be fair, towards the end, I think
you did that without
another
Casemiro
6-7 minutes. Yeah, another 6-7 minutes. I think we would have gotten that third goal. But that's football, isn't it? Like Jason said, that's football, man.
So the goal scorers in that game, Wilfred Ganato, if I pronounce his name right, Italian guy, and an own goal by Rafael Varane. But then Marcus Rashford.
First minute,
Marcus, absolutely crazy.
Man was asleep in the changing rooms.
Marcus Rashford still scoring up the place. Probably one of the best strikers since the World Cup.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Europe.
Definitely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Europe,
And Jadon Sancho getting on. Yep, definitely.
That new contract is to be signed or something's going to go on, isn't it?
Well, you see, has he signed the contract yet, or is he playing for that contract? You're saying
he's playing for the contract.
Right. Okay.
What they did is they triggered that 1 year extension, so he couldn't go on a free in the summer. But real talk, you can't let him run down that contract. You got to sort something out, or you get rid.
Yeah,
which is kind of deep to say that, but you don't.
So are they? What's the talks like going on, Jason? What's happening with that?
So they're saying that the talks are you know, that same line, talks are progressing. They're going, they're going well. I think Marcus probably wants to stay. I heard some rumours out there, and I think this comes from his camp today. Actually, I think it was there was some talk about Bayern Munich,
right,
and Rashford. There's always been a little Barcelona talk with him. Going back in the years, but I think he'll stay. I think with the project that we've got going on, Marcus sees that, and Marcus is seeing that he's integral to that. What Ten Hag is doing, I think it's all about numbers now, isn't it? Right? United want to get him a number. He wants to be, rewarded even higher than that, probably. So somewhere they'll meet in the middle. Somewhere, I think he'll stay.
And you have to remember as well, Jason, that for the first time since Louis van Gaal, he's actually been coached.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Benny McCarthy is doing an amazing job with him.
Great job.
Because this man used to try and score headers with his eyes closed. No lie. This will tell you that. I just jump and close his eyes. You're like, bro, open your eyes. And you're seeing, you're scoring. I don't think he's ever scored that many headed goals in his career since this season. So he's definitely been coached. You can see that. A little bit more awareness, a little bit more keeping his head up on the runs and all that. But yeah, like Jason said, it's going to be about the numbers, mate. The pennies have to be pennying, you know what I mean?
He should demand an outrageous amount because you lot disrespect the guy.
What's he currently on at the moment?
He's on a big number now.
I think he's on about 240, 240, 250.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly, Chile.
No wonder he's disrespecting when he's not performing.
And if it's low, it's going to be 200. If it's low, it's going to be 200.
Right. I didn't know he was on that sort of money.
He's on big.
So in your opinion, guys, Man United guys, in your opinion, if he's on 200, 240, say 250, let's go there, and he's playing for a new contract, what do you think this guy should get based on what he's done for you guys? I mean, he's your main guy. What are we saying in terms of what would you give him? If he 300, 350?
So I think Man United need to be smart with this. Right?
How old is he, by the way? Sorry, how old is Rashford, by the way?
24, 25?
24, 25.
He's not that old.
Okay.
But United need to be smart at this because what we've done, we've been terrible we've been so bad on the pitch and off the pitch. Our only way of attracting players is by just throwing cash at them.
Yeah.
And who's the player we got from Arsenal? What's his name?
Sanchez.
Sanchez messed it all up. Because when we paid Sanchez all that crazy money,
then 500,000,
and then everybody came in at that point and said, "Listen, if he's getting, I want some of that." And so we end up paying. So I think 300,000 should be where we landed with him. Because let's not forget he's doing an amazing job right now. Last year he was awful.
He was shocking,
absolutely.
That's what I was saying.
Shocking.
Last year, the Man United fan base was on him.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff.
I understand if he's on that sort of money, you expect some sort of return.
He was still getting paid last year.
Because Jason will confess to this, right? There was bare times where you just saw Rashford lose the ball and not even just stop. And you're like, bro, at least track back and do something.
Try and get it back.
Yeah, he was so scrambled in whatever was going on. Well, because I know that he broke up with his missus and all that for a little while, and all kind of stuff was going on. But boy, you're on
225 bags a week. How's your luck?
Thank you, Aaron.
So probably Jason. So Jason's probably right. I reckon.
Yeah, 300 is fair.
300 is fair. You know, it's a fair thing. I mean, if he stays, I mean, if he starts talking about 350 now, he'll be like, you know what? Because you don't know what you don't know what you're going to get from him next season. You get what I'm saying?
Even 300's too much, man. That should be for the elite of the elite, not just a good player. That's
but the thing is, Gilly, the elite of the elite now are getting 6, 7.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. 8, that you're right. Yeah.
So that's kind of where football's going now, isn't it?
And then it filters down like everyone else wants to up theirs.
Yeah.
And the fact is, this season he gives it out when he scores. He's got his head together now. He said his head is in the right headspace now.
Yeah.
And he's producing for you guys and scoring very good goals. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's very good goals. You know what I mean? He's scoring and he's doing the business.
And this probably might help us. David Degas, he's willing to drop his wages to stay. Now he's on 375 a week.
Right.
So just say he drops this to a nice 275. Then that might be a little ballpark where Marcus says, okay, you know what, 300 is nice. 100. If I'm getting 25 grand a week more than him, when he was peaking out at 375, but his brother is greedy. Rashford's brother, so-called agent, who they're trying to block now because he's got all these proper qualifications. FA are trying to shaft him a little bit. But the brother will be pushing for maximum, and that's in that case he may leave. If someone comes in and offers him 400k a week, that may turn his head, Jay.
Yeah, but is someone gonna? You shouldn't have your brothers doing it. It's like Harry Kane had his brother, got him in holy trouble.
Yeah.
A professional that's gone and studied how to do this job.
Yeah, it's not like he can't afford. But this is what they're saying, that the super agents they've so manipulated the market that a lot of people say fair play to him by not going with a super agent, by giving his brother some peace. So I get it to a point. And like with me, my brother's a lawyer. You can give your brother
a job cutting your grass or something.
No. Listen, my older brother's a lawyer. So if I was in a professional sport, I would have my brother, the lawyer, representing me.
Not if he's a criminal lawyer and you need a contract lawyer. You'd still get the right guy for the job.
Yeah, but the thing is, he is a contract lawyer.
Oh,
yeah.
But I'm saying that if he wasn't,
maybe, But then he would know somebody to say, "Yo, D, go with my brother that does contracts, and he'll sort you out." So
I just don't think that you should have your brother managing your affairs if he's got no quality. Look at what happened to Harry Kane. He wanted to leave. Why was there no buyout clause for the guy? Because his brother didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, but okay. This is another scenario. When we moved to go abroad to St. Lucia and America, my brother looked at Sheena's contract from the corporates, and he tore up that contract and he rewrote it. He says, take this to them and say, that's what you need to leave the country with your husband, who's going to leave a good job in London to come with you. And then when she sat down with them, they were like, okay, who do you know? She said, it's my brother-in-law. He does contract law. And the guy just nodded his head and said, yeah, man, that's all cool. We'll take care of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, if she goes in there blind, she's going to get stiffed a little bit. Not because she's naive, but she doesn't know exactly what she's entitled to. So, and we was nice. When we came home, they paid for everything, shipping, everything. And we took our package back in England to save nearly 40 grand in US tax.
Wow.
So my brother said, no, come home, take your money back in England. Don't go and get double taxed, because like in Florida, some states pay federal and state tax. So you get taxed twice on your money, especially when you come to the redundancy package. Well, you got to be smart. Yeah, as well.
Scott said it could be worse. You could have had Ronaldo's sister.
You know what?
Yeah. Lord. Just looking at the reverse fixture. Yeah, you go to Leicester. Listen, for the best part of 80 minutes. I mean, not Leicester. Sorry, Leeds. They had their chances, but I think it was in the 80th minute. Literally, you just pretty much blew them away. Rashford again scoring. To open up the scoring, and then what's your just the guy that comes? Is it Garnacho? Yeah, and coming on and winning that game.
Took his goal well as well. The young kid,
very good goal. Very good goal.
He got a lot of unnecessary stick in the first game. I mean, he wasn't good. He wasn't good, but a lot of people wasn't good in that game.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just single out that youth, man. Because the truth is, he ain't supposed to be carrying us, Jay.
No, that's exactly it.
He's a bench player.
To me, exactly my point, D. I was saying, I don't think he's a start. He's an impact player. So when he comes on, he makes an impact. But he's actually not. He doesn't do all the defensive work that you need to do. He often loses the ball. So he's still got a lot. He's still got a long way to go in his development, but he's got really good talent. And the rumor is he's got a bit of an attitude as well. You can see, you can see a little bit of that in the way he celebrates.
But saying that, I like that. Especially when you're playing in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You got to have a little something. Otherwise, you just Alan Shearer's and like they're great players, but they're boring.
Yeah, Craig, I heard about this. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, but it's disgusting, and it should be definitely kicked out. But unfortunately, this is what you're going to find in our game. You've got Junior, is it Vinicius in Real Madrid? He's experienced that big time. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, guys. You know what I mean?
Not just on the continent, no. Look at Saka, Rashford, and Sancho, what they went through.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Jay and D, what's happened to Martial?
Bro, this guy is so fragile. It's not even a joke, you know.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, he literally, it's not the same injury either, Jay.
No, it's not.
It's not the same injury. Apparently, it's like he's had about 6 injuries all season. 6 different injuries. You got
to get shot. You got to get shot at this guy in the summer.
Unfortunately,
he just cost me too much.
I didn't want him to come back, but because obviously he was on loan. And he didn't really get much game time. He didn't get really much game time with Seville anyway. So he was terrible. He was terrible with Seville, so they didn't want him back. And then he come back, and in the United fan base, there's a lot of at Martial love, even though I think it's dying a bit now. But sometimes I just don't understand. I've never really quite understood it because you get the same cycle with Martial. He's a decent player. He's got talent. I personally don't think he's actually got any better since he signed.
No, that's it. That's crazy. You're absolutely right. I don't think he has. I remember when he first came on the scene, and because we was linked with him back then, and I think it was under Louis Van Gaal.
That's right.
Scoring against. I think it was, what game was it? Where he scored that on Riesco. I think it was against. I can't remember if it was against Liverpool. I think it might have been against Liverpool. I'm sure it was against Liverpool.
He scored
at Old Trafford. Yeah,
he scored a lovely goal against Liverpool.
Yeah, and you're thinking, hey, we got something here, but
he's techie though, Norm. He's techie, as in his feet are good. But if I can't get you 6-7 games on the trot, you're just no good to me. Doesn't matter how good your feet are. It doesn't matter how well you hold the ball up to bring the wide players in. If I play you he hasn't played a single 90-minute all season. He's tugged him about 60 to 70 minutes every time he's tugged him. Like he's trying to protect him, and then he gets injured in the training session in the midweek, and you go, unbelievable. And so for me, you shake his hands and tell him, thank you very much, but it's time that we parted ways. But Ten Hag likes him as well, which is a sad thing. He likes him.
Does he really like him though? Or is he just like? Is he really
trying to keep his price up.
Yeah, he's just got to say. He's just got to say what he's got to say.
Yeah, because you got to look at it. You haven't got much strikers, so you got to just hope and pray that he can't find some kind of form. Do you know what I mean? But that's the unfortunate thing is that when he does find a little bit of form, you know what I mean, he ends up getting injured. So it's a very difficult player to manage. He's in terms of his attitude. People say sometimes he's when you see him on the pitch, he looks like he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't smile a lot, and you know what I mean. So there's all of that as well.
He's a moody Frenchman, isn't it?
Yeah, moody. Yeah,
he's a moody French brother. You can't even look into that. He's just a moody French brother. Yeah. And what you get out of what you're going to get out of him, and for us, availability is the only availability that I want to see from him. Be available to help out the team, and he's not available. So for me, I'm kind of good, bro. You can move on.
Sorry, go on, Jess.
No, go on, Norm. It's all right.
No, I was going to just say, obviously, with drawing at home and then going away to Leeds and winning that game 2-0. The thoughts from a lot of Man United fans and pundits are saying that are Man United in a title race now? Are they in a title race?
The only way we're in a title race, Norm, if you man lose tonight.
Thank you very much.
But you know what I mean, like, you know, for me, that cup final coming up, that's a must win.
Yeah,
we're playing Barca tomorrow in front of 85,000. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd love to be out there in Barca. I think that would be a nice vibe.
I mean, you're still in.
man.
The thing is, you're playing in 4 fronts. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't think you've got the
Every 3
squad.
days.
Yeah,
Every 3
and you've
days,
got the squad. So I hear you, but you've got a lot of people. As I said, I think for you guys, a draw would do you tonight. Yeah, a draw would do you tonight. Because remember, you're only 2-3 points behind Man City right now, aren't you?
Yeah, and they got a game in hand, didn't they?
Yeah,
but we can't win a title. We can't win a title.
But there's a lot of people. There's a lot of Man United fans out there, and some pundits saying that, you know.
And if you look at those 2 opening games where we just wasn't even we weren't even in the stadium.
Yeah.
If those 2 opening games are gone another way, then
could be a different. We could be talking something different now.
But now we'd all be locking horns very much with a 4-point gap or thereabout between the 3 of us.
You know, it's hindsight, isn't it? It's hindsight.
Do you know what it is? If I can take it in a slight, like the problem we have in those games, those early 2 games, and you saw this, especially you'll notice this when we played Leeds, right? And you play Harry Maguire as a centre back. What Man United play completely different because what they're trying to do, they're trying to play out. Right, and what they want to do is you don't really want to give it back to David De Gea because he's terrible with the ball at his feet, right? But Harry Maguire's a cheat. He's what you call as a football fan, you hate players like this because they're cheating the game. Because what he does is he's always looking for the easy pass, and he's always looking to he doesn't want to move he's always going back to David De Gea and creating problems. And you saw problem after problem when we played in those first 2 games against.
Brentford as well. Brentford,
Brighton. A lot of it was then as well. Was to be honest, was they're not very good at playing out from the back anyway. And he changed it. He tweaked it slightly. I mean, they're still trying to build up the play. And when you got Harry Maguire, it's terrible. Because if you notice, when he brought on Martinez, everything changed. Everything changed because Martinez can cut through the lines. He's from the set as a centre back. He can play that diagonal ball. He can play that ball in behind that the striker, and everybody just moves differently in front of him. Harry Maguire, when Harry Maguire's in,
you know, in the Leeds game, I was looking at it. Right, Harry was taking 4 to 5 touches every single time, and the ball either went backwards or sideways.
Yeah,
I was just furious. I'm like,
I mean, there was one where he took the talk. It was a bad touch, and he got caught. That's the fastest I've seen Harry Maguire run back to recover, and he managed to recover. You know what I mean? But
I think that's the problem with him.
I don't know if you heard the press conference as well. He actually brought up the captaincy, and I said, this brother. Right, and the reason why he's bringing it up, right, because he knows there's a final coming up. So he's letting everyone know that I'm still the club captain and I will be lifting that trophy when we win it. And for me, right, I want to just punch him in his throat because I just think this brother.
Oh, yo,
audacity, man.
Listen, guys, we have a special guest in the house, bro. Ian, we got 30 minutes because you know our game is coming on. So, bro, let me introduce the big man from San Francisco all the way from San Francisco. Yo, we say, brother.
What's up, Jed?
Bro, I was feeling a little bit lonely out here, bro. So I've got an Arsenal man with you. So listen, we have 2 Man United man, 2 Arsenal man, and one Tottenham brother.
I'm chilling, man.
I'll take all on you lot. Don't scare me. You don't know.
Bro, Ian, big up to you, bro. Welcome to the chat, brother. Listen,
thanks for having me,
massive game tonight.
I
don't know if you obviously would have heard the news that Partey's injured and Jorginho's starting in the pivot with Xhaka. Bro, there's his face.
Yeah, he's injured, bro.
Why are you surprised? But why are you surprised, E? Why are you surprised that he's injured?
I'm at work. So, you know, right now it's 11 a.m.
Bro, it's 11 a.m.
I missed it. Oh, no, you got to be kidding, man.
This is what it is, bro. This is what it is. He's injured, man. And I don't know what we're going to do. Man. We just got to say a little prayer, bro. As a
Yeah,
matter
they
of fact,
say they got injured on Valentine's night, Norms. That's what Craig said.
I wonder. I don't. Listen, I ain't gonna say anything. I don't know what was going on there.
Like,
I
bro,
don't know what was going on there. I don't know what was going on there, brother.
biggest
Listen,
game of the season.
it's
Wow.
mad. Yeah, Lee, the pizza takeover. Come on, right? So it's a pizza takeover, bro. Aaron back in there with the pizza takeover. But yeah, so listen, we was talking about Man United and whatever, and that you don't think you're going to be in a title race. So fair enough, you know, we hear that. But listen, let's quickly look at the Chelsea, and I'm going to come back to Craig's thing about thoughts on Lee Mason. And let me just say this: I'm not blaming VAR because of fact that we drew that game, because in the first place we shouldn't be defending like that. It's absolutely ridiculous, that kind of mad defending. So I'm not going to be looking at that. But let's just
very sensible of you, Norman.
But I'm telling you as it is, man. I'm not going to be getting in no. It's their fault. No, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, as I said to D earlier on, listen, Lee Mason. You know, if you like when you're in junior school and you do something wrong, and they say you got to do lines. Yeah, you got to do 100 lines. Why did Lee Mason forget to do the lines? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Yeah, that's what I want to know. But anyway.
This is the thing, Norm, quickly though. Like, were these guys this shocking before VAR? These referees, were they this bad before VAR?
They've always been terrible.
I think it's got worse.
I think it's got worse since VAR.
Yeah, I do believe that. Because remember, it's not VAR. It's not VAR. It's the people that's controlling it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You say, Jace? We say? Oh, no, Ian, you say.
Yeah, I don't know if you've addressed this already, but man, there's something about this that just doesn't sit right with me, that whole ref thing, man. It's kind of weird, man. Think about the level of this league. You think about,
exactly.
We're like, we're supposed to be the best league, right? The tactical nous of the players, the managers, everything's just going up higher and higher. This is a game of tactics every time. We just lost a game because of tactics. This is a game of tactics. And when I think about it, everyone's raising the bar. And then you look at the referees, man. We're still talking about the referees, even with VAR. Where's your progression? You bring in this technology, you're still rubbish. Without the technology, you're still rubbish.
Yeah.
And the fact is, these guys that get it wrong, they don't get sacked. It's not like the managers. If they get it wrong, they get fired. Yeah. But the referees, they've got to probably be one of the cushiest numbers. You understand? All right, Lee Mason now. Yeah.
Look how much is good money, you know.
So look how many millions is at stake, though, D. There's millions at stake during every game. Millions.
And these fans are getting peas and not doing their job. Just turning up for work, doing whatever they feel, and still walking out with a nice paycheck every week.
One weekend, 3 games.
Right.
Man, how can you forget to draw the lines?
That doesn't make no sense, though. Doesn't make sense.
What was he working off of then?
So what's happened? Right, there was like 3 phases of play. Right, so they
listen. Lee Mason's in the book, mate. He ain't watching.
Right. No, but you know what I mean. So they looked at 3 phases of play, and because it took so long, you know what I mean. Apparently, some people say it took about 2 to 3 minutes or so, or whatever. So the last phase of play, I think it was Norgard for Brentford. When the ball was kicked to Ivan Toney, you could clearly see that he was in an offside position. And Lee Mason, they came out and said he apologized. He forgot. There was an error there. The PMLO wrote to Brent, they wrote to us, and they wrote to Brighton. They got it wrong in that one as well. Right?
But Norm, isn't the line?
And they got the Rashford one wrong as well.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Yeah, that's right.
When we scored against you guys back, whenever it was when we played Man United and Gabriel Martinez, that should have stood. We got a letter from the PMLO saying we made a mistake. You've got to, as Ian said, you've got to. This is millions of pounds at stake, bro. You know what I mean? This is probably our only chance as Arsenal fans to see us win a league in nearly 20 years.
But this is where you got to be fair, right? Because VAR makes mistakes. It's not VAR. People operating in VAR make mistakes. That's always going to happen, right? Regardless. The reality is, you guys, and as football fans, we don't really scream when it works in our favour. Because there's games this season where VAR's worked in Arsenal's favour too, but you only remember the times when it worked against you. There was a time against Liverpool. There was a game against Liverpool when you beat Liverpool, and I think it was Liverpool, and you scored an offside goal. You scored an offside goal, right? But it worked in your favour, so like, you don't care.
As Wenger said, I did not see that one.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
That thing that was never changed about football fans. That will never change about us. Like we remember the things that hurt our teams, but we don't really remember the times when it benefited us.
Okay, take the classic tonight. Okay, so listen.
One of them tonight. We need
West
someone
Ham,
to step over.
the West Ham Chelsea game.
So we win.
Exactly. West Ham Chelsea game 1-1. Yeah. Jar Felix, we should have got this, brother, but we didn't. He gets an opening goal, and to be fair enough, Chelsea was controlling that game in the first half for pretty much up until about the 28th minute or so when Emerson got the equaliser. Bad defending from Chelsea, but in that game, there was a clear handball by Shusek when he went down. And
that was shocking.
That
was shocking, man.
How that's not an handball, nobody knows. And I remember they asked Graham Potter, and they said, "Oh yeah." Graham Potter came out and said, "Yeah, there was a great save by Shusek. Fantastic."
Because
save.
it was. He literally palmed it around the post.
His palm wasn't facing the floor. His palm was facing.
My man just palmed it around the post for the goalkeeper.
What was VAR looking at to say
exactly
why?
No, but you have to remember as well, Norman, like there was nothing in the referee's ear. He just waved the play on.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, all the commentators were saying, hold on. He's got to look at that, surely.
Yeah.
And nothing. Ridiculous. They just, so you can tell that was a bit of a rigged thing there, man, because for him not to even go to the screen and say, okay, everyone's kicking off, let me go look at the screen. But the guys in the studio never told him to go to the screen. No. He just waved on the play.
Again, that's down to them. They should have said to him, look, you need to go and have a look at this. But they didn't.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can understand him not giving it in split seconds.
Yeah. But this is where the inconsistency is.
Chili's right, because that's their job. That's what they're there to do. They're there to advise the referee. It was a blatant error.
The only reason why they're in the studio, Jay.
That's all you do. Yeah. It's a blatant error. But you know what? I just sometimes it is frustrating because, but then you get the flip side. It's so inconsistent. You get times where VAR will intervene and they'll say to the referee, "Have a look at this." For example, Casemiro's red card. They intervened, said, "Have a look at this," and then you show something from an angle. We all know as football fans, depending on the angle and the speed,
it looks worse than what it is.
It can actually look worse.
And when you slow it down or you stop it, it can look a lot worse.
But
was it the Everton game the other night? The same thing. And they're saying, "Oh, he's got his hands around the back of his neck." He's on his neck. It don't matter. It don't matter because he's raised his hands. The rules are you're not supposed to raise your hands to the opponent. So if his hands are on the back of his neck, his hands are still doing something they should be doing. Yeah, it's stupid. On the pitch.
So where's the consistency here?
That's the problem. That's the issue.
Consistency in these calls. So you get all these random calls. We're supposed to be the best league in the world, by the way. We can't be if these calls are not being called correctly.
Yeah,
so we can't be the best league. This is ridiculous. Even things like time at the end of the game, I'm like, this is weird, man. It's not adding up.
Yeah. Maybe they should adopt something from rugby. You know what I mean?
And tennis show it to everybody as well.
Yeah.
Do you
know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing though, right? Every time the play is stopped for something major, the referee's supposed to stop his watch.
He is. Right? That's what they do, isn't
right?
it?
So when we're seeing 90 minutes on the clock, he's supposed to go over to the two managers and say, right, on my watch, it's 86 minutes.
That's take it out of his hands. Take it out of his hands, Steve.
Yeah,
like what you get in the NFL. The referee doesn't manage the clock.
Same as the NBA.
Just have someone that does that.
Yeah.
Stop, go.
Yeah. Because obviously then he's talking to the fourth official to say, I'm putting 4 minutes on this or 4.5 minutes on this. You know what I mean? And he's doing that, you're assuming from his watch, when he stopped the watch and the 90 minutes come and his watch is at 86 minutes, and it's like, okay, that's 4 minutes I got to add on.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
and what they're saying is, I'm not adding 4 minutes. What they're saying is, I'm adding a minimum of 4 minutes.
Minimum, that's right, yeah.
So they can add anything they want, really.
Yeah, but that's because of the players wasting time.
Yeah,
but
Chile, if you want to go and lay down for a minute and a half, he's going to add that onto the 4 minutes.
Yeah, but you saw it in the World Cup though. You remember some games were like 9-10 minutes. You're like, what? And that was mad confusing because I'm like, what am I missing here with the World Cup? How we got 10 minutes at a time? Like people were just on the take or something like that.
Do you think that the Premier League has kind of adopted a little bit of that?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. I mean, it's not as crazy at times. I mean, you'll see like 10, 11 minutes.
The World Cup was crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
I love that World Cup, and I said I wasn't going to watch it. It was brilliant.
You did, Chile. You did. You said it. Yeah.
Why wasn't you going to watch it, Chile?
Because I just thought it was silly having it in the winter, having it in Qatar in the desert. But it was brilliant. It's probably the best World Cup I've watched.
I mean, there were some underdog. There were some mad games where you didn't. I think I did not expect Argentina to go on and win the World Cup based on their start in their group. There's no way. I was thinking there's going to be some shock exits there, boy. Bro.
Oh, that's right. They lost to Saudi Arabia.
Exactly. And then there you go, Messi.
Or should I say Saudi Arabia bought the victory?
It was suspect, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's very suspect.
They never bought another one after that.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Right, let's just quickly move on to our game, Arsenal Brentford. And yes, we've obviously talked about the referee decision that's gone by. But Ian, just your thoughts on that game if you did watch it. Look, me personally, Brentford deserved something out of the game because at the end of the day, first half, they were all over us. Saliba didn't win one duel with Ivan Toney. How I would love Ivan Toney to be up front for us tonight, bro. We end up drawing that game 1-1. It's obviously, in one sense, you can look at the flip side and say, it's cost us because of the VAR decision, but we should never have been in that position for VAR to make that decision or whatever because of a defending. You score with 15 minutes to go, hang on to that and see the game out. So we go into this game tonight on the back of, a confidence win or even snatching a win because then you're going into this game thinking, right, okay, now we're 8 points clear. If we lose tonight or draw, at least we've kept that gap now. If we lose tonight, Man City go above us on goal difference and then it's how we deal with it. So just quickly, your thoughts on the Arsenal-Brentford game. Ian.
Yeah. Firstly, living out here means that early game is a 4:30 a.m. watch for me.
Oh,
sacrifice, man! Sacrifice, brother.
So I'm up at 4:30. I watch our games, man. I'm there. I'm in it. I must admit, I don't know if I get up to pray that early very often.
Confession is good for the soul, brother. It's good for the soul.
I'm up there, man. I'm up watching it. So for me, getting up that early to watch a game, I'm sitting there with my coffee, and we played like dry and bad. Those are the worst ones for me. Those early games. I'm like, come on. And there's fans around the world who are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
To watch our team, and we're like, this is terrible. But I think, in brief, I think a couple of things. There's definitely a situation for us when it comes to kind of teams with the low block. We haven't sussed that out well yet, particularly with like Gabriel Jesus. With that low block, man. When they drop that 3 to 5 at the back thing, we struggle with that, man. And
big time. And Newcastle.
Same, exactly. Same. You see that, and they do it well. So, Newcastle was a different game. I wasn't feeling them. That was so negative that it was like boring football. But Brentford did it really well, and the way that they kind of hit the long ball over our press, I was like, yeah.
And the thing is, every ball that came over to Tony, he won. Every ball.
Yeah. He was on 10 out of 10 in the air, wasn't he?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 in the air,
yeah. Absolutely. Running the channels, doing what he has to do. Do you know what I'm saying? All round footballer. Hit the post, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The post one, that was such an unlikely miss for him. It's almost like they were in a training ground hitting the post for money. Because you can see his face when he hit the post. He can't even believe it. It's like what was that, bro?
yeah, absolutely crazy.
You would have thought we would have won that. We need a strong plan B, Norm.
100%.
And I don't know if it's lumping it, but it just needs to be a clear plan B.
Yeah, but do you think? I don't think Nketiah can hold up the ball. I don't know if that's in his game. We haven't got the players to do that, and it would be good if we could have a player like as a plan B, someone like an Ivan Toney. Do you know what I mean?
Because we're playing the same way.
Listen,
stoppage time.
No, you guys could play Trossard in the false nine. I don't know why he hasn't tried that.
Yeah,
I don't know why he hasn't tried that. It's an option that he should look at, as like you said, a plan B. Trossard in the false nine.
But what the problem is he's going with the same team. Yeah, and the thing about it is that teams are working us out, so we're becoming very predictable now. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You should try Klopp, man. You should try Klopp. Remember Klopp? You should put on the centre half and just set him up front.
Yeah, and just do it. Just do it.
Don't play the same way all the way through stoppage time.
Scott's right. Scott's right.
Tonight, I didn't know about the Partey thing. Arsenal is not Arsenal without Partey, so I wasn't nervous. But I'm feeling a little bit nervous.
See, bro, saying play
we need that 12th man tonight. We need that 12th man tonight. Listen, we're going to move on swiftly. We're going to move on to the Leicester Tottenham game. Chili, please, just let us know what guan. Just let us know what guan, brother. Let us know. And don't say, okay, move on. Just let us know what guan, brother.
What do you want to know? The guy is the worst defender in the league. Allow that. The worst defender in the country.
Who is Chile? Did you say
Dyer?
Oh, Dyer. Sorry, right.
Hey, no, you know what, Chile? He's an England international, man. Stop that.
Whatever. Just don't upset me, please. You don't upset me the other day.
Listen, that's Mourinho's guy. Mourinho loves that guy.
I'm telling you,
loves that guy.
Yeah. Dyer by name, Dyer by nature, bro.
We couldn't even get in a team under Poch, but we would. Right. The whole team against Leicester was dreadful. The whole team, no fight. It was embarrassing.
But what was different? What was different, Chili, from that performance you had
against Man City?
And then is it? Do you think it was Conte coming back, or was it just?
Oh yeah, he weren't there against City, was he?
No.
He had the red card to the stands, didn't he?
Stay away then. If that's
his operation. Is his operation?
His operation, right. I know he went there. Yeah.
I think it's like you see when we play West Ham. No matter how bad they're playing, they always raise their game against us. They'll always have a good game against us. And I think that's what Tottenham do with Man City. They see a big club and they raise their game. But then they do that against Leicester. It's ridiculous.
But you look at it, though. I think certain players I think they're intimidated by Conte. Like, you know when a player knows that he can't make a single mistake in the game. So his game is just trash because he's always looking not to make a mistake rather than just play his game.
But Conte just doesn't. He just doesn't change anything.
Fault. We're playing this poor football. Yeah. He will not change formation. He will not change personnel.
Yeah.
I said yesterday it was when we played
AC Milan.
Milan. I said to my brother-in-law and my mate, they're up here watching it. I said, guaranteed he'll make a sub between 70 and 75 minutes because that's all he knows to do. 69 minutes sub.
And he keeps sticking with that 3-4-3. Keep sticking with that.
Yeah, it's a 3-4-3. We haven't got the personnel for that.
That's Conte though. That's how it works. The way he does it. Are you Conte out then, Chile? By the sounds of it.
I was saying to another Tottenham guy the other day that it's pointless keep getting rid of the manager if you're going to keep the same dead players. But
true.
I think that Conte's he's not going to sign anyway, so let him go at the end of the season. We'll get Poch back, and then
it doesn't look like. I mean, he was kind of calling out the players again in terms of their mentality and saying like sometimes we're on it, and then sometimes we're not on it. And
I understand that, but why is Jed Spence out on loan?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You never gave him a chance, Chile. Not one.
Brian Hill, why is he out on loan?
And you've got right now. You've got a lot of injuries. You've got a lot of injuries as well.
All of you agree that Son's a world-class player, but if you'd seen him for the first time this season, he wouldn't beat none of your teams.
No, he's terrible.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
and so you've got to drop it. We've got 60 million Richarlison sitting on the bench. You can't get a minute.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
this guy look a world beat in the World Cup.
Yeah. By the way, he hasn't scored a Premier League goal all season, which is kind of funny.
But then he hasn't been starting. He can't score from the bench.
But there's all these rumors today is that you're going to get some investment in the club.
We're going to be going on like Chelsea, mate. Don't worry about that.
3.1 billion from some guy called Nadjev or whatever. But then the Tottenham hierarchy have come out swiftly to say that they have no intention of selling the club. So burst that balloon really quick.
This guy owns the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. But they've come out. Tottenham have come out and said that they have no intention.
But teams like Tottenham and Arsenal and Everton, we do need to get some sort of massive investment. Otherwise, we're going to get left behind. And I include Arsenal.
True, but you look at Kroenke, Ian. I mean, listen, that guy.
You're a man's rich, you know.
What's Kroenke worth, Ian? What's Kroenke worth?
I don't remember the number, but they reckon, like, as a standalone owner, he's like the second richest, I think.
Yeah, something like 10. I think something like 10 billion.
Yeah,
that is worth him standalone.
He owns multiple sport teams. His wife is Mrs. Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah, they got money. It's
for sure.
That's proper wealth. That's not even rich. That's wealth.
But even today, though, I'm hearing on Twitter about the Glazers selling us. They're looking to invest in Liverpool. And I just have to say, that has been somebody punky people, man.
No, it was. I posted that to someone yesterday. I think that was a joke.
And I was like, no way. Hilarious. Liverpool fans would lose their mind if we get Qataris.
Listen, Liverpool are in that. It's now the 100th day that they announced about possibly a takeover or some kind of investment. So at the moment, we're no further forward. So I don't know what's happening.
Is anyone coming in for United for $5 billion, MD? Is it $5
Elon Musk? Elon Musk?
The bids have to be in on Friday.
Okay.
And this tells me that the Glazers are in trouble because you remember I said to you, Jason, that they may push this through before Easter. Now they're saying that the deadlines for the bids are going to be this Friday. So they're talking about Elon Musk. Talking about the Qataris.
It's a soft bid, though. It's a soft deadline, so you can still. It's a soft deadline. You can still bid after the deadline.
Afterwards.
Okay. But the thing I'd say about the Kroenke thing, though, just coming back to that really quickly, he's worth a silly amount of money. But what I found with American owners, especially Americans that own American teams, they're not used to putting their own money in.
No,
exactly.
They're used
That's what they done at United, didn't it?
Yeah. Yep. These clubs generate me money. I'm not supposed to be putting my own money in. That's not why I bought it.
But Jason, you remember I said to you that if the Glazers could get investments, they're not selling the club. Yeah, it's only because they can't get investors right now. Why they're thinking, right, we're going to have to sell the club.
But why is the reason they can't get investors, D? Is because who's going to give you £1 billion and you tell me I ain't got no say?
Exactly.
I can't comment on what you want to have all the control, but you want to take my £1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. It's foolishness. Yeah, that's what's forcing them to look at selling. But if someone came in and said, okay, I'll be a partner, give me 15% share in the club, and I'll give you $1 billion, they'd take that. They wouldn't sell up. Well, it's 17 years of making money, Jay. 17 years.
I know the time's running, but just really quickly, I know that with this, I think reason why Liverpool went for sale, the reason why Man United have gone for sale, these guys have looked at Chelsea and they've said, actually, Chelsea is probably overvalued.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it's like, well, actually, we can make some real money here.
Right.
And you look at the Glazers, really, out of their pockets, they spent 200 million.
Yeah.
Right? So you spend 200 million, and I'm going to sell this thing for, let's say, 4.5 billion.
Right.
That's not.
They bought the club for something like 700 million.
Yeah, but they bought the club for 700, Chile, but they only paid 200. The extra 500 and odd.
They took it out of the debt. Yeah,
they took it out as a debt and put that debt back on the club.
That's how the rich stay rich, man.
That is exactly how the rich stay rich.
And all they've been doing, Jason, is skimming the interest. They haven't
all
paid
they've
off
been doing.
a single
because they've been getting their dividends. I was hearing your
17 years, you know.
But you can't do that anymore because since 2008, it was a great time to take money out.
Yeah.
But now, it's not so rosy anymore for these guys. They're having to pay a lot of money.
But even with our transfers, they were taking loans from the bank to do transfers.
Yeah, we got 300. We owe 300 million in transfers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. Listen, they're coming out of the tunnel, right? So let's just move on swiftly. So just talking about Liverpool, right? Obviously, they won their game 2-0 against Everton, the big derby. So a question I'd put to the What's Going On podcast chat was: can the Pool now make top 4 after big derby win? Is there a possibility that? Let's just keep it short and sweet. Can the Pool make top 4 after a big derby win on Monday? What's your thoughts just quickly? And we'll move on to the predictions for game week 22.
No, that's it. Straight up, no.
Yeah, no. Right. Yeah, I'm going to say no, just for the lack of midfield.
Right.
They're just top heavy, though.
They're like this. They're too up and down.
Top heavy. Yeah, top heavy, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the best game I've seen them playing, and they played with some energy. You know,
it's a derby,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But Everton were terrible. I don't know why they couldn't play like that against us. You know what I mean? They turned up, new manager bounce and everything. But they just looked like they were playing under Frank Lampard in that game. Absolutely,
literally a one-game bounce,
all over the place. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's it for them. But yeah, Liverpool go on and win that game. And listen, that's the best I've seen Liverpool play. But as you say, it's probably going to be their midfield that's going to let them down. And I suppose the other question I posed today or in the chat was: will this game tonight, will this be the changing of the guards, or do you think? And why I say the changing of the guards, because if Man City do win tonight, they will go top on goal difference, even though we've got a game in hand. So quickly again, guys.
You were like 5 points in front of them.
No, because we drew our game and they beat Aston Villa. So we're 3 points. Yeah. We're 3 points now.
Come on, City. Come on, City.
So, guys, quickly going around the room. Do you think this will be the changing of the guard tonight? Knowing that
Let me go first. Hopefully.
What you saying, Jason?
So is your question, will they go top today?
Yeah, will Man City go top today, basically?
Yes.
Okay, Jason. I mean, Ian?
I must admit, I'm not too confident. I'll take a draw as it stands right now.
Yeah, man. I think I'll be saying the same thing as you, brother.
Yeah.
Take a draw.
Yeah.
It depends. Is Pep playing? What's his name?
Haaland is back.
Not Haaland. De Bruyne.
I haven't seen.
So I'm just
the teams.
I'm just looking at that. Yeah, he's starting, and Gundogan as well.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose.
This was unfortunate for you guys, right? The FA. This is really bad timing with the FA going after Man City because now they got a chip on the shoulder. These mans are peed at this, right? So Pepe just wants to stick the twos up to the league and win it. He really does. And I thought this is the wrong time for you, man, to be playing them, especially after what went on with Brentford. But you know what? It's football, as Jason said, Ian said. It's football, man.
Right. Well,
and remember, this is the mentor and the mentee, you know, tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what?
So just quickly, guys, I know we're rushing the show. So quickly, going on to the WG Prediction League game week 22. So Chile. Big D, if you put your games in for this weekend, so have a look and just put it in. I'll post it out to the rest of the other guys. But just to let you know, this last week I got it spot on with Fulham beating Nottingham Forest 2-0, so I get the full 3 points. So I'm still sitting in the Europa League spot on 10 points, just behind Kofi on 10 points, and Ez is on 12. Chile's on 15 and Big D's still out there on 22 points. So hopefully I can make inroads and try and see if I can get back into the Champions League spot. So that's the WG Predictions League for this week, game week 21. Game week 22, guys, if you can put it in the chat, not this chat, on the What's Going On chat, to see who you've pick your team and what you think your score will be this weekend. But listen, I want to say a big thank you, especially to Ian, who's working. It's 11 o'clock. In 11 o'clock. It's probably about 12 o'clock in the morning. Thank you to Jason for coming on. Hope to see you more, Jake and Ian. If you can make it show, just ting me, bell me, and let me know. Yeah, I think maybe after this game, we might have a chat next week. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we will do the business. Thank you to Chili. Thank you to Big D. Thank you to everybody.
Is that D getting his prediction in early again?
You know him
already.
I'm there,
bro. You know me already, man.
Yeah, you know.
I don't mess about with this.
big up to everybody. Big up to everybody in the chat. Root calls. We're gonna. It would have. Yeah, I would have done a watch along, but I need to sort that out. I used to do a couple of watch alongs before back in the day, but I need to get that sorted out big time. But listen, people, it's been a pleasure. I'm now going to watch my team. What's happened?
1-0 City.
1-0 City.
You're joking?
No, joking. No.
I know.
I'm 2 seconds behind, but I'm like, there's no way that
right, listen, people, thank you so much. What's they saying there? Yeah, bless up to Junior. And listen, it's been a pleasure. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. And we'll see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care.
Yeah, man. Take care, guys. Peace out.
Come on, City.